going on, everybody? How are we doing today? Welcome to the B-Right Show. And everybody, I want to welcome my guest. I brought him back, man. Everybody, please welcome the almighty SIGH. Welcome to my boy. Guys, get louder than that.
What up? What up?
Get louder than that. Get louder than that. We love Braxton, man. How you doing, guy? It's been a while.
I know it's been a while, man, but it's doing good. I'm doing good.
I brought you back because I wanted to bring you back. Obviously, I want to bring everyone I brought last year back.
Right.
But I just saw I was looking at memories on social media in general.
Right.
And I saw you, and I was like, "Oh, it's been a year." And I was like, "Man," and that's when I hit you up. Like, "You want to come back?"
Yeah, it's been a minute, dude.
Yeah.
Whenever you hit me up and told me like, "Hey, it's been a year," and it's crazy because that was a fast year.
Yeah.
That was a very fast year.
Yeah.
A lot has happened. A lot has happened in my life, and man, 2020. I'm going to say 2023 to 2025 has been a really crazy life changer. Just physically, mentally, trying to be the best that I could be, and also like I've had a lot of lows, man. Like 2023 into 2024. I was down and out.
Mm-hmm.
But me and my girl, we've been doing our best and helping me helping her and her helping me physically and mentally and stuff. Like I just have a lot to talk about. So we got some stuff to talk about today.
Oh yeah, for sure. Dude, okay, so last year, dude, I saw you perform, dude. You're legit good, dude.
Oh, I appreciate it,
I
man.
saw you, I want to say twice or three times, dude. You are so badass.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I try to come out and show up, especially for Amarillo, man. Like, no shade to anybody, but like I feel like if you're a local artist and you are trying to get a name for yourself and try to be out there, like you have to come to the stage with some type of energy. Mm-hmm. And I've seen both sides. I've seen energy to the fullest and being as crazy as you can be, and I've also seen the lowest, and they're just there to perform and do their music, and they don't really have any type of umph to what they're doing, and like I said, no shade to anybody, and some of these kids that are coming up and wanting to make music, I completely understand going up to the stage and not having or being like nervous or like this is my first time, and I totally understand, but there's a point in time where you have to kind of think of yourself as a character, think of yourself as some type of showman.
Yeah.
To get like a crowd to see and be like, you know what, I want him to come back. I want to watch him, and every time he performs and stuff,
Yeah.
And so, but I appreciate that, man. I'm starting to understand that like in this new generation of music and stuff, not only do you have to show your music and be a part of something, you have to make sure that people see that on stage, and yeah.
Okay.
So I appreciate that. I appreciate you telling me. There's a lot that I have every show that I get to, I try to show up and show out. So
you always do.
We had a show at 420 over there at Headhunters.
So how many Headhunters do we have?
Now we have three. We have three here in Amarillo, and I don't know how many they have in Lubbock, but they have some in Lubbock too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they just built the one on Washington.
Yeah.
And then they have the one on Sansi, and then the one on Western. But the one that I performed at was at Sansi. They always have their shows at Sansi because it's huge. I don't know if you've been in there.
Yeah.
That place is huge.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of room. There's a lot of place because they did the comedy. They did a comedy show there. They had a skate competition, music, and then they had vendors like selling their arts and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, because I was there. I was there for the comedy show. And y'all already done, huh?
Yeah, we were there from 11 to like 5 or something, and then the skate competition showed, and then the comedians came, and I was like, all right, I think it's time for me to bounce in. At that time, I was so tired because I was not only performing, I was DJing the whole thing, and so it was me. I'm gonna shout out some people. It was me. Shout out to 806 Chino from Hereford, Willow from Hereford. Ivy from Hereford, and then two homeboys from Lubbock, which was Steezy, and I think his name was Majestic, and then I think those were the. Oh, we also had Cam on, but it was me DJing all that. Also, like making sure there was music and stuff, and I was just standing the whole time, so it was rough.
You were all here having a good time.
Yeah, I was getting tired, so about like 5 o'clock when everybody started showing up again, I was like, yeah, I'm out of here. See y'all later. I gotta go rest. I'm tired. So yeah, it was a lot of fun though, and also like Amarillo, man, like the talent, not just music wise, just like the talent that Amarillo has. Comedians, artists, all these little vendors that like they sell their arts and their crafts and the little trinkets that they have. I mean, there's so much here in Amarillo. It's really one of those things where I'm trying my hardest to get. That's why we're doing that show here in July. I'll talk about that later. But here in July, when we have that show, it's just it's one of those things where like I'm seeing the politics and like what can and can't be done, just for the sole fact of the politics here in Amarillo is so hard. It's so hard to get big artists here, and there's a reason for that. But
okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
That makes sense because I'm over here trying to figure out where are all the big dogs at. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's just solely who the head guys. It's just like who is involved in that pocket.
Yeah. Of
like who decides who can come to Amarillo and why they can come to Amarillo and so on and so forth. That's why like a lot of the artists, what was his name? They moved it to Lubbock. Yeah. I always forget his name. It's not Banks. I can't. I'll remember.
He's a rapper, right?
He's a rapper, but I can't remember. I can't remember his name.
Does he come here a lot, right? Does he come around here a lot?
He doesn't come here around a lot. I was actually surprised that they got him here, and they decided no, and they moved his show to Lubbock.
Really?
But I can't remember what his name was, and it people are gonna be like, dude, it was this, and I'm gonna be like,
is it Soldier Boy?
No, not Soldier Boy. It was somebody else. He always talks vulgar.
I don't know.
He's a very like whenever he talks, and he's like. He was that guy that had the meme of like, I started a car with my two hands, and he goes, I swear to God, you can put it on my kids, and they're like, don't put it on your kids. He's like, I swear to God, strike my kids down right now today.
Jesus Christ.
I can't remember what his name was, and people are gonna hate me for it, but
I hope it comes around. So
yeah, but yeah, it's like it's very political. It's a lot of politics here in music, man, and people can say yes or no to it. But it is definitely like there is a group of people that have their hands in that pocket saying yes or no, and it's just Amarillo, especially just Texas by itself is a very they don't like certain types of people,
Yeah.
It's all country, country and yeah. And it's very disappointing because there's a lot of art here, and I'm kind of like I wouldn't say the oddball out, but it's just being a white cis man here in Amarillo and doing rap, you see the and I wouldn't say racism, but it feels like racism. It definitely feels like some type of something.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm assuming the reason why they don't want to bring those kind of like that type of musical artists is because I'm assuming they think that they're gonna attract negativity.
Yeah, they're gonna attract negativity. It's all like gangsters and hoodlums, and they don't want that around Amarillo. And it's like, nah, bro. Like if we do it correctly. If we do this correctly, which I hope one day we kind of get to the understanding of doing this the right way, we can have really good artists and really good performers here in Amarillo and bring Amarillo's music scene back on the map. Yeah. Because Amarillo used to be on the map for music, man. Yeah. And just, people bring up what had happened to that kid in the 90s, the punk rock scene, and they bring that up, and I think just the old heads and the gatekeepers really stick to like, we don't want any crazy things happening and this has happened before. And yes, on one hand, I've seen that happen. I've seen it recently. We talked about it last time whenever there was the shooting that happened at Zombies at that one show, and I've seen that happen. People just can't be civil and peaceful and have those types of shows happen. But at the same time, I've been to many shows that have gotten as crazy as those, and we've left happy, and fulfilled. And so it's a very hard topic to talk about, especially when, we're doing pod here, and I do my pod, or I'm talking to my friend. Obviously, everybody wants that to happen, but it's you and me talking about it. It's not like me and like, a person a part of like the Amarillo City's commission or whatever you want to talk about. Talk about the city and stuff, and like what kind of like what are we doing with the laws and the rules and like regulations, and what can we make? Because that's what we're doing for the Get Loud Texas Block Party. Mm-hmm. It's not just music, it's not just music. I want people to understand this. It's not just music. It's not just a party. We don't want it to just be a party. We don't want it to be just a thing to do. We want this for the community. Mm-hmm. We're doing this to have fun, obviously, especially for 4th of July. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like to see the community do something other than go to a bar, get drunk. These kids, man, like these kids have passion. Yeah. These teens, man, they want to do something, and they're like, I want to do music. I want to do music. I want to do this and that. Let's give them a platform to do it. Yeah. Let's give them a place to do it. Instead of like, oh, I'm doing this, and then like I'm slinging drugs on the corner, or being affiliated into a gang and stuff. I don't want to get too depressing, but we just had a shooting. And who was a 13-year-old kid that shot somebody? Oh, it was here, huh? It was here in Amarillo. And it's like, bro, like, what are we doing? What are we trying to do for our community to stop that from happening? And I think our view on what's happening in the world is kind of like putting that curtain over our community. Mm-hmm. It's like, politics here in America, tariffs, blah, blah, blah. I'm worried about Amarillo. I'm worried about where I live right now. Yeah. So I'm just trying to figure out if anybody that is listening to this that is a part of any type of Amarillo community, lawmaking, city, whatever, let me know what we can do. Because I want to do this for not just Amarillo. I don't want to do it for the kids. I want to do it for the community. I want to do it for people that actually want to make something happen for themselves too, Yeah. But,
okay. I appreciate it, Braxton.
Yeah, 100%. I know I'm rambling. But...
No, you completely forgot about all that, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So. It's very saddening, but it is what it is, man. We kind of have to get our ducks in a row and try to figure out like what else is going on here. Mm. That happened last year. And it's all drugs. It's all drug related. Yeah. And it's like, bro, like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing to stop all this? I know that there's something going on. There's something happening. Somebody's trying to push this, blase, but we need to do more. Mm-hmm. I think we have the ability to do more. I think Amarillo has the ability to do more for the community, and we're just worried about our downtown, our roads. Yeah. Who's going to be mayor? Golly.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll see how it goes, man. I don't know. I'm just trying to strive on and do my thing.
Yeah, you're doing really good. You're upgrading every time I come over here.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Hey, are you still uploading or what's up?
So yeah, I am still uploading and I'm still doing the pod and stuff. It's just like I said, this year alone, like my daughter, I was like I said, 2023 to now, I was just dealing with a lot of stuff, mental issues, relationship issues. I had put myself in a bind where I just had to get out of it, and it was going to take time, And so 2024, I kind of used that time to clean myself up, make a plan, figure out what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do it. And then 2025 came around way fast. I was like, maybe 6 months of 2024, and then 2024 happened. But it was already 2025, so I was like, man, I got to do this or not. I'm turning 30. That's the ultimate thing was like, I got to get my stuff together. Yeah. I'm turning 30 years old. And so my daughter was a real big support. My girl's been a real big support. Hey, when are you going to get this done? And also like friends, like, bro, you got that hernia, man. What are you going to do with it? I'm like, dude, I am so mentally tired that like, I'm not even thinking of my physical right now. Yeah. And then, so when 2025 hit, I was like, I'm going to put some pods out, but I'm really thinking about my health right now. Yeah. And so, what was it? January, I started talking to a doctor about getting my hernia fixed. And they're like, yeah, let's get it done. And in February, I got my hernia fixed, and then I've just been kind of healing up from that. I had that thing for 12 years. 12 years. And I was just, it's been a physical problem for me for that long. And I didn't know that the healing process for that was going to take, not long, but it was going to take a while, more than I thought. I was thinking like maybe 2 weeks I'll be out of it. No, I was like almost bedridden for like a month. I was being able to get up and do my thing, but I couldn't pick anything up. Yeah. I couldn't pick anything heavier than a gallon of milk. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. And I was dealing with, the healing of it all and making sure that I was cleaning everything properly, going to the doctor visits and making sure that they agree with everything. Because they put a mesh in my stomach the size of they said a salad plate. Okay. So this thing was huge. It's about right here, the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And so they're like, any complications can happen. Your body can reject it, blase. So I was just like really on it. Mm-hmm. And then for some reason my birthday hit and I turned 30. Oh. Okay. And I don't know if you've dealt with this, but man, hitting 30 would like really hit me in a spiritual way. Oh, yeah. I was like, I'm 30. What have I done in my life? What have I done? What am I going to do? I'm almost dead. 30 more years, I'm 60. That's crazy, Yeah. And so like I was really thinking about that stuff. And so I was like, man, I got to figure out my sleep. And so I did a sleep study. I got a CPAP. I've been sleeping 8 hours, like for real. Yeah. And I'm saying all of this stuff because there are people out there that think that their health, they can wait on it. Mm-hmm. And I'm here to tell people here on this pod that don't wait on it. Yep. Man, it has been such a huge, huge step to my health, and I've never felt better. Never felt better. Yeah. I went to the doctor. They said the ultimate reason that I'm having most of my issues was because of my hernia. Mm-hmm. And then I got my hernia fixed, and I was sleeping better then, but I still had some issues. Yeah. And then I got my sleep study. It was sleeping my hernia. That was it. I had so much issues. I wasn't getting REM sleep at all. My apnea issues, I was having 67 apnea issues an hour. 67. Yeah. That is like either stopped breathing, I was tossing and turning, I was moving around 67 times an hour. Yeah. So if you think about 67 times an hour for like an extended of 6 hours or 8 hours, that's 420. That's 420 times a night. Yeah. And people don't think about that. Yeah. And so I got my CPAP, and I was like, this is weird. I feel weird. I'm 30. Shouldn't have these issues. Sorry. That's what the cards gave me. I put a CPAP on. I sleep, and I sleep really well. And I'm awake. Mm-hmm. I'm alive. I feel healthier. Yeah. And for people out there that think that they can skip on that, dude, don't do it anymore. You need to get that stuff done.
What caused your hernia again?
Working with the furniture,
And how old were you at the time?
I was probably 18. About. I was about 18. Happened? Yeah, it's about when it happened. 18 years old. Okay. You look good. You look good because I remember when I saw you, it was just there. Yeah. People are like, dude, it looks like you have a bomb on your stomach or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, it is what it is. Something like that. But now that I got it all fixed, I was terrified, dude. I never had a surgery before in my life, and so like whenever I got that surgery done, I was so nervous. I was like, dude, like I don't want to die on the operating table. Yeah. And people were like, no, the doctors, no, you're gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine, whatever. But man, I was having such anxiety before the surgery, and then they told me when I woke up that they're like, yeah, we gave you fentanyl, but you stopped breathing. And I was like,
oh no!
I was like, bro, what? Don't tell me that. Jeez,
bro.
But yeah, man, and then so I'll be posting my pod again. I have a lot of good ideas that I kind of want to do, and I'm gonna change it up since I'm not drinking as much. I stopped drinking, and I'll have occasional. Don't take me with a good time. I'll have a good time, but I'm not drinking like I used to. I was drinking like every day almost for a while, and I stopped doing that. That also helps immensely. Stop drinking that much. Don't do it too much.
Yeah. Keep it on the weekend, boys.
Yeah.
Indefinite. Yeah. It's because for me, drinking never led anything good. So.
Yeah, it never leads to anything good anyway. So, unless I'm like cooking out.
Yeah, like hanging out. No?
Yeah, I'll have a Modelo.
Oh yeah.
Cooking out.
Oh, you know what I'm saying, dude? I remember, just cooking out and then just having a can of Modelo. Oh, I don't know why it hits so different.
Yeah, it's so good, dude. It's so good.
Yeah, dude. So you got me wanting a Modelo.
And it's summer, dude. It's summer. Modelo time is every time, bro.
I forgot about that too. It's because at work my older job, like, it's Modelo time. How are we gonna get a Modelo? We'll go cook out. Oh man, you got me on hype now.
You still working at Florida? You were in Florida for a while.
No, so whenever I had you last year, I already moved back. So 2023 in October. The end of October is when I came back. Yeah. And then 2024 and around the April time is when I had you. And I was already living here. I was already working back where I was at too. Nice. So it was cool, man. I mean, at the time, I had my fun over there, but I came back here and then I started the show back on and I was like, all right. Cool. So that's when I met you. I mean, that's when I invited you.
Right.
And I'm trying to remember if it was, because I had a little downfall in April. And then I think I want to say it was before or after, I can't remember. And then that's when, the comedians kind of, and then the musicians at the 806 kind of brought me back up.
Right.
And that's when I decided to change the format to bring on comedians, musicians, and DJs. And I met a lot of people. So after you I met a lot of people.
Yeah, people will start popping up, dude. Yeah. It's a great, like I said, the community is great. Yeah. You just gotta find the people. Yeah, so like I decided to change my show to like a talk show host / podcast, because I know a lot of podcasts, they all kind of do the same. Have a couch and have mics, and they all do the same. That's why I'm the only one in town that has this kind of setup. So yeah. So people that come by here, I offer them to come, and they're all sure. Exposure. It's more like exposure to them, and right.
Build a following to them, and build a following to me. So it's pretty good. Now the other thing, I want to do, and I'll probably tell you, I do want to tell you, I'm working with the comedians to do an event. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hoping to do just, here and there.
Right.
Sell tickets and all that stuff. But I want a performer at the end on my first show, and I was hoping you would do it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm always down.
So it would be like, I do my stuff, the comedians, and they know the guys that I told, they know what I'm talking about.
Right.
And then once that show is like, we're going to close the show with a performer. And then that's when I introduce you. And I'll be like, hey, we want to welcome you, everybody. I want to welcome Almighty SIGH. You know what I'm saying? And then, what I want to do is, if we have a stage, I'm saying, hey, I want everybody to get up here right now. And then, introduce Almighty SIGH. You do your set.
Right.
I don't know how that would work. And then after that, close the show with the DJ.
Sick.
And then after that, everyone either go home or just hang out.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. I was going to ask you that before, like off screen, but
right.
But I'm still working on. I'm trying to get a soundboard. Remember these sound bites I was sending you, right?
Yeah.
These right here. Yeah. This is Carrie. So she was doing a bit, and then I clipped that. So now every time she talks, I'll put this on.
Bullshit.
Yeah. So that's why I'm trying to, but I'm going to get that by itself. You know what I'm saying? Right. So as soon as I get that ordered, then I'm gonna bring those three guys and be, all right, guys, here's a plan, and then I think we're gonna do I was hoping to do a free show at the circus room, and then that's when we'll start. Then I'll start kind of getting together with people and be like, hey, can we do this? And then look for a
Sick.
venue. And then it's more of a comedy show, but it's more to help out musicians and be like, hey, if you come to this show, we'll bring in, how to explain it, like it's I'm hoping, like I said, it's me with the comedians,
Yeah.
and then the musician at the end to, you know what I'm saying, so people can have a good time.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And so that's kind of
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
yeah. So that's why I wanted you to be my first. Because like I said, I think one of the other rappers will be. It's a free show. The free show, my first one I'm gonna do my show live. It's gonna be free. Then the second one would be a paid show. But then that's when I would ask you to come on. You'll be my first official like show.
So
you know
down.
what I'm saying?
I'm always down, man.
But I'll let you know. I'll let you know a month ahead of time, because I think next week, as soon as I get that songboard, and I think I'm hoping, because next week I'm having Javi and Carrie, and Carrie's the one with the circus room, and she said I'm gonna talk to her about that, if I can have that space, her bar, so I can have that, because we did it before.
Yeah.
And it was a success. It was a success.
Good.
It was free. It was a test. It was a practice.
Yeah.
And then it's because I had the idea of helping the comedians do this, and then how let's try this. And then I got with Javi and his friends, and we had a panel, and then he invited all these people, and we packed that place. And then once the show was over, Javi was like, "Brian, B, you're on to something. You're on to something." I was like, "Perfect." So this would help me, and this would help the comedians.
Good.
So
yeah, I've been wanting to go to one of the comedy shows, but every time they do something, it's like, man, I'm working.
Yeah,
working nights suck.
Same, man.
Working nights suck.
Yep. I know how it is. It's just but those guys have to work. So I have to work weekends sometimes, and then so for example, I have to work, and then on Saturday they have to do so like they have to have a show on a Friday or Saturday, right?
Yeah.
And I have to work overnight. So like by the time they're doing their thing, I'm not over here at work. You know what I'm saying? Or now let's say I'm on the day shift, so I can go, but I'm gonna be tired, so I'll still go, right? But then I still have to work the next day. Yeah. They don't finish till like 11 or 12. I'm in bed by 9 or 10. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it just sucks. So I gotta get up at 4. But it's fun though, man.
It's a lot of fun.
I love YCC, but I also like the DJs. And last time I had you here, you brought up the rave scene that we're trying to build on.
Yeah.
So I came across a couple of those guys as Schmid Stouffer was here.
Oh yeah.
And then Roro, I'm gonna have him here pretty soon. And
Roro's a cool guy. Shout out to Roro. I love him.
Love that guy, dude. And then Element, he's gonna come on here. I need to get a hold of him, but he's gonna come on here pretty soon. And then, dude. So here's the thing: who made your music? The music in the background, your beats and all that.
So like,
who was it?
Man, it's a lot of people, but I have to say that the guy that does all my beats and like is a part of like what I do and he's in the background, man, and I love him to death, and he's been in my life for a very long time. I grew up with this kid, and he moved away. He's up in he's still in Texas, but he's up in the Dallas area.
Oh.
He's doing his own thing, but I have to give all of my my credit and stuff to him. His name's 9mm.
Oh. Okay.
It's if you want to look him up on YouTube, it's 9, the letter 9, and then Beats. Yeah. One word. 9mm Beats. Oh. Yeah, he was a brother of one of my friends. Shout out to Grim. And we just grew up together, started doing music, and then we found out that he's like, I'm gonna do beats, and I was like, dude, do it. Yeah. And then from then on, bro, he's on YouTube doing beats and stuff. You can find his whole catalog's on YouTube, and he has thousands of beats. Okay. And so, he's a part of what I'm doing, and he, as long as I give him credit where credit's due, I'm like, hey, I'm going to use this beat. He's like, go for it. And then I'll make my song, make my music video. I'll tell him, put it on YouTube, produced by 9mm. Because, I mean, it is him. He did the whole thing. I just put words to it, Oh, okay. But
one of your songs I love so much. I don't know what it's called though.
Which
I don't know what it's called. I
love Anxiety.
I love that one. Whenever you released it, dude, I'll listen to that because I know it wasn't on Spotify because I tried looking for it.
Right.
And I was like, man. And then you had told me, I release it next month. By that time, I was like, man. So I would have to actually put it on my YouTube. Yeah. And I just have to listen to my truck.
That one I have like Carrie Underwood. I have let's see, what else do I have over there?
Well, there was a song you opened up with, and that's, I think.
Mighty 100.
Is it Mighty 100?
Yeah, it's 1, 2, skip fuel, mighty size 100. Yeah, you fuck with me, but that one.
And it was, I think so, but it's like pretty. It's something that get the crowds going.
That's the one I'm talking about. Yeah, Mighty 100.
So that's one of those things. I love that song.
I haven't dropped that one only for the sole fact that, to be honest, I like doing that at shows.
Oh, okay.
I like that song specifically for shows.
Oh, okay.
And that's why I have not released it or put it out.
Oh, okay.
So like I'm weird, dude. I'm so weird, and like people really hate on how I do music.
Yeah.
You said it first. The one thing I do not do, I do not use any of the big platforms anymore. DistroKid, Spotify, I don't use them.
So iTunes and all that stuff.
iTunes,
SoundCloud.
Yeah, SoundCloud. I don't use them, man. Okay. And the sole reason is, and this is just my personal preference. Like this is my personal opinion, is why am I going to give a business that is already blown up to the extent more money for what I have created? I'm going to be on your platform. That's totally fine. But I'm not going to give you 50% of whatever I've done, what I just posted onto your place. Yeah. And so you think you have sole custody of whatever I've made? Yeah. Nah, fuck that. Get out of here. I'm not doing it. Okay. Because if anybody asks that really wants to know who I am, just go on YouTube. Yeah. Find me on YouTube. Everything is on YouTube, and it's free for me to post. I'm not getting any type of money off of it, but at least I get views, and I know that I get views. Yeah. And what Spotify does, and what people like to say, oh man, I'm blowing up on Spotify. I got all these monthly listeners. Yeah. Oh yeah, for that month, because you've bought bots or you bought somebody to put it on their playlist. What about next month? Whenever those views go away, and now you got 2-3 monthly listeners. I'm not trying to give shade to anybody, except for the people that feel convicted for it. Because I know that there's people here in Amarillo that are like, man, I'm the best, man. I got views. I got all these monthly listeners, blase, blase. And I say, bro, bots, you bought it. I'm 100% bought it. You can't sit here and tell me that your monthly listeners are from that much people when I post and whatever. I'm going to say it. I don't care. I'm going to air it out. Whenever you get on my podcast, Moshcast, by the way. You get on my podcast, you're like, man, I got fans, man, they'll listen. And then whenever I drop it, from you to your name, I'm getting 34 views. There's no way. Yeah. There's no way that those are genuine numbers. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. You go on my YouTube, you can genuinely see who subscribed. You can genuinely see who viewed it, and that's how I like it. I'm not botted. I don't want to be botted. I'm just a guy that likes to do these things, and I'd rather be underground than not. I'd rather have genuine numbers than to sit here and be like, I'm the best here in Amarillo when I'm really not.
Yeah, I got you. All right, we're going to go to break real quick, guys, and then we'll take our sponsors.
See you then.
All right. All right. Almighty SIGH.
We're back?
Yeah, we're going to go back in 3, 2, 1. Thanking our sponsors that don't exist yet.
But they'll get there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to request those, actually. I'm going to post it here on social media.
That'd be awesome.
I have a good deal on that, actually. But
oh, sick.
Yeah, so yeah, dude. Wait, you don't have sponsors, do you?
No, I wouldn't say that I have sponsors. I kind of just... What I did with my pod is I just picked people out of what I felt like they deserved a little bit of some some type of hype or whatever. I would just be like, hey, on my pod, I'm going to say what's up and talk to y'all, talk about y'all a little bit. And then they're like, oh yeah, for sure. So I don't really necessarily have sponsors. My thing is too, like we were talking about, one, I don't use big platforms like that to take money from me and fake their, and also Spotify did get called out for their spiking their views, lowering their views. So I'm not all about that either. So that's why I stick to YouTube. And people will hate me for that. They're like, oh man, no, bro. If you want to know me, you're going to know me. I'll tell you to find me on YouTube. It's all the same. Yeah. Another thing that I like to do is, especially here in the community, I don't ask for money. And I don't really ask for sponsors to give me money. I think it's just if they want to give me some thank you, maybe some merch or a little thank you for doing what I do, then yeah, I'm all for it. But I'm not here to take a local business's money or anything.
I want to try this. Put that
Okay.
real quick. I want to see something.
Okay.
I just remembered that. I was like, I'm gonna switch them right now.
Okay.
So this is another mic.
All right.
Oh, so that at the end, go ahead and connect that first. You see that? Okay, that in.
Yeah.
That in right there. Connect it to that mic that you're on right now. I want to see how it sounds. I just
Connected.
realized that. I was like,
Where this one's at?
not that one. It's the actual mic.
Gotcha.
That's the headphones. I'm an idiot because I should have ordered something for that comes with the mic. I wonder how you sound. I want to know if that's the idea. Yeah, there's a little mic thing. You'll see it at the top, I believe.
Oh, it's at the top?
Yeah. Just plug it in there. I wonder if it's gonna condense you. I don't know why we're doing this live, but we're gonna see.
We're just experimenting, dude.
Yeah. But we'll get into what we're talking about in a second.
Yeah, you're gonna have to show me where this thing's at, man.
So, oh yeah. Yo. It should be right. There it is. So, right here. All right. Here. All right. So
Maybe
now,
that works.
try it. No, go ahead and
Mic check 1 2. Mic check. Yeah.
go ahead and talk through it. No, yeah, go ahead and connect,
I'm gonna connect this.
and then go ahead and talk through that. And
Mic check 1 2.
You can
I mean,
either-
it sounds a lot better.
You can either hold it or you can just hang it. You can connect it. So you know what?
know
Connect
what?
it to your chain if you want, or you can
No,
even
yeah.
connect to your hat. I don't
I
know.
was gonna say connect it to my hat.
Whatever you want. Try it.
I don't know if you can. Yeah, you can hear me.
I can hear you, but go ahead and just have a conversation now. Oh, we'll go ahead. I'm gonna turn you up a little bit now. Test. Oh yeah, go ahead and just talk to me.
I'm just
Right?
gonna try it right here. I'm looking right here.
ASMR.
ASMR. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a little bit better.
Oh, let's see.
Why not?
We're having some issues. I don't know if y'all can hear that pop.
Yeah, my voice. That's the thing too. Is like I don't know what it is about me, but every time I use mics in general, I've like professionally been recorded. I've been to other people's podcasts. I lived in a studio for almost a year, and I recorded with their mics, and every time there was always some weird issue. I don't know if it's like my tone of voice or it hits some type of frequency, but every time they're like, dude, your voice is so weird, dude. Like, we have to like work on it for like days.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. I don't know which one to say.
It's all good.
It's either I'm too loud or it's too low. It could be my mustache. It could be the way like it muffles. My beard muffles everything. Because everybody says that I muffle when I mumble when I talk. And it's like, no, it's just like my mustache covers my mouth, and it's just like it just covers, so like people can't hear my voice. And it's just I'm just a weird being. I'm just a weird human being, being a human.
I'll just go with it.
Yeah, we'll just go with it, man. But yeah, I don't really ask for money whenever it comes to stuff like that. I just do this. I do this solely for music. Like, I just love music that much. Yeah. I don't care where I do it, how I do it. If it costs me money, I don't care, as long as it's like beneficial. Yeah. Like, I will say that I'm not going to spend like $120, $150 for a spot. I've spent almost to $100 for a spot, but if I'll spend money before I ask anybody to spend money to me, because I just don't see the need for it. I don't want it. I do this because it makes me happy. I do it because I want whoever I pod with or whoever I'm talking to, or if I'm doing a show to help somebody or a place or a business or whatever, I just solely do it because I just want to be happy, and I do it because I love it. Okay. Cool,
well, I'm happy for you, Braxton.
Yeah.
So now let's get into this one. So what event is going on now?
Yeah. So July 4th. I know it is 4th of July. America's birthday or whatever. America. But July 4th, we have this show here in Amarillo called Get Loud Texas Block Party. And we've been working on this for quite a long time. The people that I'm a part of have been thinking about doing this they've said for a couple of years they've been thinking about doing something like this. Okay. After the love stock that they've done before, they're like, we want to do another show kind of that is not that, but like wants to do something like that. It's called Get Loud Texas Block Party, and it's me and a couple of other people, and we've been kind of gathering up this just huge festival, 1 day festival, I guess you could say, because it's going to be pretty much all day.
Yeah.
On 10th Street. So it's in Amarillo, Texas. It's going to be on 10th Street.
Okay.
It's going to be at Zombies Tees Bar, the Music Box. Wow. It's going to be that whole block, basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are y'all going to close it off, or is it just?
Yeah, it's going to be closed off.
Really?
Yeah.
So is there going to be one stage, or what?
No, it's going to be
kind of like a festival where you go here and then you go here.
Exactly. It's going to be like a festival type. You go here, listen to these people. You go over there to listen to these people, and it's a mixture. So we kind of wanted it to be where it was like, if you want to listen to a certain person, you either be there and listen to everybody, or you go whenever they're on stage. And we do have a list that will be to be announced, but yeah, it's full. Like everything is full. All the time slots are full. We have our talent there. It's all full. These stages. It's 3 stages.
Nice.
And we have 2 main stages, and they're full.
Yep.
And then Tees Bar. I'm sorry. So 3 stages outside, or like outside. in the outside areas, okay. And then Tees Bar has their indoor stuff, and they have like they're gonna have like a DJ, like a whole list of DJs doing DJ stuff. Especially shout out to DJ Roro.
Roro, can't wait to have you, my guy.
Doing his stuff.
My boy.
Yeah, Roro's gonna be doing his DJ stuff over there.
He's good.
Yeah, I love Roro, man. Whenever I first came to Amarillo, he was one of the first people that I met. Yeah. And man, he's just a really humble guy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, even doing this with him, because he's a part of this thing. Yeah. Even doing this with him has been pretty awesome. It's been a fun time. Yeah. But yeah, we have a lot of local talent that are going to be a part of this, you know. And then our headliners are going to be Bart Crow, which is a country singer.
Really?
Yeah, Bart Crow. I looked him up. I researched him. You know, I'm not really into the country music, you know, but I looked him up. I researched him. His music's really awesome. Yeah. He has a vibe to him. It's really cool. Kind of like a Red Dirt-ish-esque. Yeah. Really like just energetic, energetic country music. And he's going to be performing. And then we have Waka Flocka Flame coming.
Okay, I got to be real with you. Who is this guy? I can't remember.
Which one?
Waka Flocka.
Waka Flocka?
I want to say I've heard of him.
Yeah, Waka Flocka Flame. He is, he's a pretty big, well, you know, come on, B.
I'm sure I've heard.
No, he's been in the rap game for a while, man. He's been in the rap game for quite some time, and Waka Flocka was probably the 2010s, 2015s era of like rap. You know, that's whenever he got his fame. He blew up. He got real big and stuff, and he's still big to this day. You know, like you hear Waka Flocka and you're like, oh shit, you know. But he's going to be performing on main stage. Awesome, humble guy too. He's like super humble. I just found out that he's like real big in the Pokemon game right now.
Really?
So he's been like selling and getting Pokemon cards and stuff. Nice. Which again, like this year for some reason, like Pokemon blew up.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yep.
And like. Dude, I've been seeing on TikTok, like, all of the, like, scalpers and all of that, dude, and it, like, trips me out, bro.
Real quick about that story. So, there's this one, because I collect. I actually do collect, and I just, you know, I don't go crazy. I used to actually spend like $300.
Right.
And I have a good set. But what happened was, there was this one called Prismatic Evolutions. And that's the set I wanted. I just wanted a couple cards. Just 3 cards I'm looking for.
Right.
And they're all like EV-based evolutions. And they're super... They're worth a lot of money. So I was like, I'm going to go find it. But I went to every Walmart, every GameStop, and I could not find that specific one, right?
Bro.
So now I was like... And then, you know, I got on TikTok. And it was like, oh, scalpers. And I thought, like, this wouldn't happen here, would it?
Right.
And then so I couldn't find any. So then I asked somebody, I was like, hey, are we having a scalper problem here too in Amarillo? Yeah, it's happening here too.
Bro.
So the funny part was I went to GameStop And they had this one called Surging Spark, which is Pikachu based.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, hey man, I don't got what I'm looking for, right? They're like, oh no. So I was like, all right, girl. And he's all like, I guess he's not supposed to tell anybody, but he's all like, be here Saturday early morning. And then I was like, really? Yeah. But he said it like this. All right, so it'll be so and so. Be here Saturday early opening up. And I was all like, right, really? He's like, oh, here's your receipt, bro. And he gets back on the computer. Yeah. Just be here. Be here early. I was like, oh, okay. Shh, I got you. Anyways, I came, and there was a line, and I was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I didn't think. I was like, oh, so we really have this here. And there was men actually running, and I was like, golly.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I waited in line. So this was the GameStop in the mall, and so when I got there, it was a line. And so here's the thing: when I got there, I wanted prismatic. But it was no prismatic, and then I was because I was like, what is it? It was called 151. That was the set that they were selling.
Oh, okay.
And that's the one. And I was like, dang it, I didn't want 151 or one or whatever. I was like, I didn't want that one. I wanted prismatic. And I was like, well, I'm already in line, so I might as well buy it.
Right.
And so I was like, I spent, you know what I'm saying? I was like $36, I think, and I bought it. And then I went into my truck, and I was like, well, I'm here. I might as well see what I got. And one of the Blastoise cards, that one was worth, I believe, $80. Oh, it was worth a lot. It was a Blastoise one. And it was like, oh, shoot. So I went ahead and got it graded, and I sent it to PSA.
Oh,
so
nice.
It worked out. You know
it worked out.
So
but you didn't know that it was, like, crazy over here.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Speaking of, like, collecting and stuff, so this is going to sound weird, but I collect Fugglers. You know what Fugglers are?
No.
Yeah, look up Fugglers, man. They're crazy. So, they're like these dolls. Like, they're like these little stuffed dolls that have, like, teeth. And they're just like ugly. That's why they're called Fugglers.
Oh wow! Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, they're just like little. They're just like little dolls. Yeah. You know, little stuffed dolls. For some reason, I got into it, bro. Okay. And I was like, man, like it would be really cool to have like a collection. And the reason that I started, I did it when I was growing up, but then I stopped. I just stopped. You know, I was busy with life and working and stuff. I kind of like forgot the whole fantasy of having a collection like that. Yeah. And then I went to Walmart, like, what was it, the beginning of last year, and they were selling Fugglers that were Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle editions. Nice. So they were like, the whole, like, the four Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but they only had two. I was like, dude, so I got two of them, and I was like, man, I need to get the other two, and it took 8 months, like, literally 8 months to get these, because Fugglers, what they do is they don't sell directly from the website. You have to go through a third party, which is like Walmart's or any of the places that will sell Fugglers. Mm-hmm. And so, like, I didn't know where to get them unless I ordered them from Walmart. And Walmart's sketchy as shit anyway, and I don't like Walmart specifically. Yeah. And they do sell Fugglers, or what I've heard and seen once, you know? And so they finally dropped the second two, and I finally got them. It was at the end of 2024. I finally got the whole set, and I was like, dude, sick. And then I found out that Fugglers were, like, blowing up a little bit. They were kind of blowing up on TikTok, and, like, people were, like, getting really excited about, like, the rare editions and the gold editions and stuff like that, because they do that with the Fugglers. So I started getting on fan pages on Facebook, like Fuggler fan pages. Mm-hmm. Bro, so the whole third party, people started selling Fugglers on eBay for other people, you know. I found out that there are people that make fake Fugglers and sell them as like botched, you know, whatever. And so when people like overseas get them, they're not real. And there's like people that are like, dude, that's a fake Fuggler, bro. That's fake. You can obviously see that it's fake. And people get really into detail about it. They're like, yeah, the stitching on the eyes all messed up, and they don't have the button, and their teeth are all messed up. Like, this is the real one, this is the fake one. Like, you got scammed, bro. And some people like spend like hundreds of dollars on these dolls, which whenever you go buy them, they're like $7. They're like almost like $8 or whatever. But like, yeah, I'm like fascinated by the whole Fuggler community because they're like so weird. These people are weird, crazy, and I have a pretty big collection now. I have the Christmas editions. I have the Teenage Mutant Ninja editions. I have a few rare ones. I have some small rare keychain ones. I have the I have the what are they called? The plastic little action figures. I have a few of those, but they have a superhero edition that I want to get. They have Harley Quinn, Joker, they have Batman, and then I think they have Superman, and then they have Lord of the Rings, which is Frodo, Gollum, and I think is it Gandalf?
Yeah.
And I want to get those too, but it's really hard because you can't you can't order a specific Fugler on Walmart. They'll be like, oh, I wanted this one, and then they'll ship. But I've only seen Fuglers sold in Walmart like once or twice, and like I'm like, where are they at? And they're like, well, and I'm like, dude, come on. I'm the only collector here in Amarillo, I feel like. But I did go to Five Below, and they were selling small ones, and it was me and like this fucking 9-year-old. Being like, oh, they have Fuglers. Oh, I'm like, no, leave me alone. I'm gonna buy them. No, I'm just kidding.
All right.
I was like, whatever. No, but it's crazy, bro. Because on Facebook, people are crazy about them. I think scalping is just the big thing now. It's not even about the collecting anymore. It's people, the vintage collectors, the like thrift store collectors, the Pokemon, anything that you can get your hands on that you can collect and sell for higher price. That's the trend now. Yeah. Like scalping is the trend instead of just having a hobby, which is really weird to me because in the state of the world right now, we're in a crisis. I would believe that people would do this out of a hobby instead of being like, oh, more money for me. Yeah. More money for me. I can sell this for $200. I can flip it. And it's like, bro, like, I saw on TikTok too, like, people that are avid Pokemon, like, hobbyists are like, you've ruined it for me. Yeah. Like, I'm not even collecting anymore because y'all. Yeah. And it sucks. It really does suck. It really does. But, yeah, I do Fuglers. And I have a couple other collections, but my Fuglers are my main thing. I try to get in Pokemon. I try to do any of those card games, but I just can't. I'm just not smart enough. I'm like... I know Pikachu, Charmander, Bulbasaur, all the regulars, you know. They're just too much now. I can't keep up with the names and what they do. Yeah.
You gotta play the games.
Yeah. I was way too young, you know, being raised in a pretty big church life, you know, very kind of held tight. My parents were like, no, that's the devil. Yeah. Pokemon, they're evil, they're the devil. There's nothing about evolution. Yeah. Evolution didn't happen. I don't know why that was a big thing. The evolution thing, they were like, that's the sign of Satan, I tell you. Yeah. That little Pokeball is the sign of Satan. Yeah. And I can do Yu-Gi-Oh! That was talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! That was Pokemon was Satan. Yu-Gi-Oh! Was probably the Antichrist. You know what I'm saying? They were like, that's even worse. You're going to second hell if you do Yu-Gi-Oh! And then I couldn't watch like That's So Raven, Wizards of Waverly. Yeah, I can't do it. Dude, I lost so much of my childhood. I couldn't watch That's So Raven, Wizards of Waverly Place. Harry Potter. Yeah, I didn't watch Harry Potter until 2023. I shit you not. Really? I didn't know anything about Harry Potter. Wow. About the time whenever everybody was like up into it, I was like teenager. I was like, man, I'm having sex and doing drugs. I don't need to worry about Harry Potter, whatever. Yeah. And so one day I was just like, I want to see what all the hubbub is about. Yeah. And I watched Harry Potter. It was
good, huh? No. It started off like childish.
It was good.
And then out of nowhere, just.
I will say Harry Potter's good, but I will say this: there is one thing that I was really disappointed about, because the only thing that I knew about Harry Potter was that everybody was wizards and somebody was killing them. Right? That's all I knew about Harry Potter. I didn't look into it. I wasn't interested in looking into it. So when I went in and watched Harry Potter when I was 27 years old, 28 years old, I was like, I'm going to see what all the hubbub is about. And one thing that I will say that really disappointed me is that the person that was trying to kill Harry Potter, I thought I would not see until the very end. I was dead set on being like, because he was such a big name. Yeah. The person you don't speak about, the person you don't say his name, he's out to get Harry Potter. We don't see him. Nobody sees this guy. I thought I was only going to see him at the very end. Yeah. And then whenever I saw him in the first movie, I was like, what? that just killed it for me.
Yeah.
Literally killed it. So that's the only critique I have about Harry Potter. And also, the racial stuff is pretty bad, but other than that.
Was there racial stuff? I don't remember.
Yeah, it's a she, right, that made the Harry Potter books.
Yeah.
She came out and was like, nobody's, she was kind of homophobic and, nobody's gay. And then, you can't sit there and tell me that there was no type of like cultural switch on those goblins being bankers.
Yeah.
There's no way you can tell me that there was no, just if you want to watch Harry Potter and look, just look up the goblins that do the banking. You can't tell me that there was no racial profiling there.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, you're gonna have to look that up because I'm not gonna say it here because it's a really really hot topic. If you bring that up, it's a really hot topic. But go and look up because there is a racial profiling on those bankers, man. But yeah, I was like, I couldn't watch anything that was not Christian. Yeah. I couldn't watch anything. I had VeggieTales. I watched all of VeggieTales. I can tell you.
Oh yeah, because that was all we could watch.
Yeah, Bible Man.
Oh, did you watch those?
Yeah, I watched Bible Man.
Were you forced to watch those, or you just? Because my parents were kind of rough.
Right.
I don't remember them days.
I don't think I was forced to watch it, but it was like I wanted to watch something other than church. So like, it was the only cartoony thing that I could watch.
Yeah.
And so I did, or that, or Narnia. I can watch the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, they are really good
movies.
But
I know what you're talking about. Our parents were interesting.
Yeah, very religious trauma.
Yeah,
for sure.
You when you moved out, is that when you started like? So this is porn,
Yeah, pretty much. Like I really didn't have like a crazy childhood and stuff like that. So whenever I got out and lived on my own, I was like, well, alcohol's cool. Smoking cigarettes is dope. Because I never really got shown that. I feel like there is a line. There is a line. I'm not going to drink for my kids because I'm that because it's bad. And then there is teach your kids about those things so that whenever they get out into the real world, they don't become something that you... So that's kind of how it was. My parents really didn't drink. They really didn't talk about drugs. They didn't talk about alcohol, blah, blah. And then whenever I got out, I had to learn myself. And I overdid it. Yeah. And I feel like, in my opinion, especially with my child, she knows what alcohol is. She knows what drugs are. And I feel like telling them, hey, don't do it. It's bad. Don't overindulge in that kind of stuff because it can become a problem. Yeah. Don't do that. I feel like that's the way to do it. But that's my own opinion. I'm not telling anybody to how they can raise their kids. But, coming from that place of everything's being hidden, it kind of did a thing on me whenever I was growing up.
No. I mean, I know people that like when they raise their kids, they introduce them. No. What I mean is like, this is what alcohol is. Try it, and then
right.
Like, oh, it's nasty. Yeah, so don't be drinking it. Like but then you got the parents that like shelter them, and it's like then they get exposed to it, and then they don't know how to.
They don't know how to control themselves. Or like then they're it's not even like I'm doing it out of being rebellious. It's like this has never been shown to them. Mm-hmm. They try it. Their body reacts to it. They're like, oh, I feel good. Mm-hmm. Why was my parents hiding this from me my whole life? And then it becomes a problem because nobody is around to tell them no anymore. Man, dude, talk about like, we can talk for hours about this stuff, but like, if you have like, our generation has been pushed or hidden away from our mental health, and there's a lot of people, including myself, that found out they had mental problems at an older age. And so, like with my chronic anxiety disorder, my autism, all of that stuff, that plays a part in doing those things recreationally, alcohol and drugs and stuff. And you're like, why do I like drinking? Why do I like doing drugs all the time? I had problems when I was a kid, but not like this. It's because you didn't get told to not do these things or shown these things. You're an adult now. You go out to a bar, you drink, you're like, wow, my brain's shut off. I can finally think for a moment,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel good. And then that's when people become alcoholics.
Mm-hmm.
A lot, like if you look at the statistics for people that are alcoholics and ADHD people that have ADHD,
Mm-hmm.
people that have autism, people that have anxiety disorder, it's not alcohol is not, or being an alcoholic is not because of that. Alcoholics don't become an alcoholic because they drink. They usually become, and sorry if I'm wrong, but they usually become alcoholics because they have an underlying mental health issue.
Yep.
That has not been diagnosed or has been, put to the side or whatever, and their body's trying to help itself, and that's helped me because I have autism and anxiety disorder, and every time I drink, I like drinking. I know that I like drinking. I enjoy drinking because for a moment, my brain shuts off to a normal level, and I can think straight. I can focus on something that instead of going thousands of miles thinking of thousands of things at the same time, I can get a little buzzed, hang out with my friends, actually have a conversation. And just be fun for a moment.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, well, that's cool. we went on a rant, like a good tangent. Can we go back to the Waka Flocka thing?
Oh yeah, sorry. I don't know why we got into that, but that was the Pokemon. That's what got that into.
Yeah. Okay, we were talking about. Okay, I just have a couple questions. Is it so? It's a music festival for all music, or is it just all rap and then?
No, yeah, it's all different types, all music. So you're gonna get country, you're gonna get EDM, you're gonna get rap, you're gonna get folk, you're gonna get metal. We have metal bands gonna be performing. So you're gonna get screamo, you're gonna get the rock, you're gonna get all of it, man. Like and it's all different times. So it's not gonna be over here for 5 hours is gonna be straight metal. It's gonna be there's going to be a band that performs its metal, and then the next person's probably going to be a guy that plays guitar, And I think that's what it helps, because you see that performance, and you're like, okay, cool. Go and shop a little bit, go to some vendors, get a hot dog, get some shots, feel good. And then whenever you want to see another band, you have, I have 45 minutes until the next guy. And then you can come back and then see that band or whatever. So you can go to all the stages, see all the places, talk to all your friends, see what's going on, instead of just staying in that one spot. We're kind of in the generation, man, where it's like 20 minutes tops. You have that expectancy, like people actually paying attention.
Yeah.
And so I feel like we're trying to get to the point where it's like, okay, I'm going to see this guy for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then I'm going to go get a drink, go get a hot dog, and then the next performer is going to be in another stage that I want to see, so I'm going to go see them. It's going to be like a pretty flow. It's going to flow very well. Yeah. It's not, and another thing too is like, especially here in the music scene locally, people are like, I want to be right. I want to be a part. I want this time frame, because they know it's going to be a good time frame, or they don't want to be a opener, or they don't want to be in the specific time. Sorry, it doesn't matter. In this festival, in this block party, everybody's involved. You get at a time. It's going to be a good time, and you'll have fans, man. You'll see who all your fans are and all the people that want to watch you, because they're there at that specific time to see you.
What day is it again? I'm looking at the schedule.
July 4th.
Oh, it's actual.
Yeah, it's the actual 4th of July.
Let me see. I don't even know if that. Well, wait, hold on. I have. Well, what time does it start?
I think it starts around lunch.
Lunch, and then.
It'll be until like 2 in the morning.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm still have to work that day, but I get off. So as soon as I get off, I can come. But,
oh yeah.
Well, we'll see. 2 in the morning? Are you sure does the city allow that?
Oh, the city will allow it because it is. It got approved for.
Oh, but it's gonna be inside now, right?
Yeah, after 11, I think it's after 11, the outside stuff is gonna be no.
Oh,
and then
okay.
the end, like all the bars are still gonna do their thing. Mm-hmm. So like Zombies has the outside stage, they're gonna still do their thing. I think Tease is still gonna do theirs and stuff. We'll still have stuff until like 2 in the morning.
Cool. Okay.
So, But Walk a Flock, I know for a fact is going to perform at 11.
Okay.
And then I think Bark Crow is like at 11:30 or something like that. Don't don't quote me on that. I'm not, I don't have the numbers or the times on me right now. But it's going to be a fun time, dude. It's going to be a lot of fun for everybody. I want everybody to know this. It's going to be for everybody. All the kids are invited.
Oh.
Adults are, whoever wants to come, even your dogs and cats. I don't even care, dude. I don't care. Your whole house can come.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Like House. What's that movie with the horror house? Whatever. What's that place? House? Monster House, I think it was called.
Oh yeah.
So just bring your house. And it's gonna start
just bring your house, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Monster House. That's a crazy movie.
It's a good one though.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Kind of like a gothic-ish movie, but I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it sounds fun though, man. I hope I can. I'm sure I'll make it. I hope I can make it.
Right.
Because it's 4th of July. I have to work, but I get that double time. So.
Yeah, and I fucking having a stroke or something. I know that it is 4th of July, but it is also outside, and we're gonna have fireworks and stuff.
Oh.
It's gonna be a thing. Just come out, have a hot dog, listen to some music, man. Like, it's gonna be fun.
I mean, it sounds like it's gonna be pretty wild.
Yeah,
there's gonna be a lot of people. So.
Yeah, Walk a Flock is gonna be there. I'm trying to get Danny Duncan to come because him and Walk a Flock and Danny Duncan know each other, and Danny Duncan is a YouTuber, and I love him. So shout out Danny Duncan. Come down to Amarillo, Texas when Walk a Flock is here. We'll go be hoodlum somewhere. I don't know, because he's a crazy guy. Danny Duncan's crazy, but that'd be really cool to have him just come down just to say what's up. He does that sometimes.
Okay.
So.
Dude, are you? So what? Braxton, you have You're bringing bands? You're just starting to do it now? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
So what is that called? Like, are you a promoter?
Promoter,
so
pretty much.
Do you have a label or a name or something?
No. If anybody wants to label what I do, it's gonna be the Moshcast Productions thing.
Okay.
I kind of like at the beginning, I had Moshcast the podcast, but it was just Moshcast, and it was just me doing the podcast. But then I started thinking like, what else could I do? I don't want to just do the podcast. I have so much involved. I'm doing my music. I have my friends are doing music. I want to make music videos, blase.
Yeah.
And so that's whenever I made Moshcast into Moshcast Productions.
Okay.
And so that's kind of what I want to do now. Is just like be like a name that you could put almost anything to. If you want a music video made, I got you. If you want music done, I got you. If you want to do a show, I got you. If you want to do podcast, I got you. And it just kind of turned out that way. It kind of turned into Moshcast Productions doing whatever Moshcast does. And I don't have like a saying, but maybe one day I'll have like a little saying for Moshcast. But for some reason, bro, like, I just started getting on Instagram and saying, hey, I see your music, it's dope. Can I shout it out? Or can you come to Amarillo and perform? Or, hey, where do you live? Maybe I can come over there and do something with you or whatever. And it's kind of flown over, I shout out to Wasteland. I know that he doesn't go by Wasteland anymore, but I still call him Wasteland. He's a guy from California. He came down to Texas just to do one of my music videos, which is Carrie Underwood.
Dang.
And he just came down to record my music video, be on pod, and just live the Texas life for about a week. Nice. And we were just hanging out for a few days and doing music and stuff. And it's just weird to see. It's really a blessing and honor to see that, like, what I do on YouTube, the Moshcast and Almighty SIGH and the pods and stuff, like, it actually gets to people. And people text me on Instagram all the time, oh, I just watched one of your episodes, dude, like, I like your shit.
Good, huh?
Yeah, I'm at Walmart and they're like, dude, you're that guy that does the pods, you're SIGH. I'm like, yeah, bro, like, yeah, that's fine, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. I haven't had that yet, so
oh, you'll get there, bro, you'll get there. It's one of those things where I don't like to brag, but it's like, when somebody does that, I'm like, yeah. It makes me feel a little better about myself. Because, dude, doing this, man, I don't know how you do it, like, what your process of doing things is, but for a long time, man, I was like doing podcasts like back to back every single day for
Oh,
about
is
a
that
week.
how you were doing it?
And I was doing it, and it was killing me. I got burnt out a little bit.
Yeah.
Mental health wasn't good,
Yeah.
and it was killing me, man. Because I was like, why am I talking about? I'm just talking. There's no like passion under it. There's no like I want to do this. It was like a cycle. I was just doing pod and then getting drunk and doing drugs and being like, oh yeah, that's what I do. You come sit down. We'll have like a 2-hour pod about bullshit. Yeah. You know, and it got to that point where I was like, man, I can't do this anymore. I can't. And now I feel a lot better. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to get back on the mic and do the pod and stuff. And I want to say, too, I appreciate all my fans and you, man. Like, you know, giving me a platform to sit here and talk about what I do and how I do it and stuff. And, yeah, man, it's important. You know, what you do is important. And I want everybody that watches this pod to know that what they do is important. Whether it's music or the comedy or the art or whatever it is that you have a passion for that is just not work or taking care of something, it's important, man. The people see it. People really do care. And so, but yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. What was I going to say? Oh my gosh, it slipped out of my head. I think it was about the podcast. Your podcast.
Yeah.
Dang it, I forgot. Dang it, I wanted to talk more about something, and I forgot what it was. Okay, we already got that covered.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. You got any more music coming out?
Kind of, sort of. I don't think you've seen it, but I've kind of have another persona that I've kind of created called Stone Castles. Okay. And it was just a project that I was doing. I was in my office doing computer stuff and like editing and then I was like, man, like what else could I do? Like just for fun. And I ended up mixing some music that I thought would work. I ended up making like very up-tempo, crazy, like wild sounds. Like I don't know. Look if you look up tempo, it's a type of genre that's like really crazy. It's crazier than techno. It's crazier than dubstep. It's like heavy bass, really fast. Nice. And yeah, I got really into that. And then I was like, what if I mixed this with like rap vocals, or what if I mixed this with like metal vocals? Or anything else, and I ended up doing it, and I was like, man, this sounds really, really cool. And then I made a whole 30-minute like set just for myself, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna perform this one day. And I performed my first Stone Castle performance was at High Fidelity last year, probably like August of last year.
Oh yeah. I wanted to go. Yeah. I couldn't make it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was around August. Cool. Yeah, and I started liking it. I was like, dude, I'm gonna start doing this. So I started I started mixing music and sounds and whatever I could, and I have a few songs. I'm probably gonna drop them. Oh, nice. I'm thinking about dropping them. Almighty SIGH has some things going on. I just want to keep down the DL for right now because I have other people involved, and I want it to be something fun and cool because we have some things in the works that are pretty tight. Okay. Because a lot of the things that I haven't dropped are from last year, and there are some songs that I do want to drop still from that year. I was supposed to drop a song, my birthday. I remember that because I got a memory or like a little time thing, and it was like. You know, it said my birthday, I was going to drop a song, but I also just got done with my surgery, so I couldn't. Yeah. I was like, man, bad timing. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. But that song I still want to drop. And I don't know. That one has a few people in it that I no longer talk to, and doesn't bother me or anything. They're just not around, and I don't know how they feel about it, but I'm going to drop it anyway because my voice is in it. And if they have something to say, they can suck it, you know. So I'm going to drop that song, and then I have a few other songs that they were involved, and I'm going to drop too. But I have a lot of newer stuff in the works. Probably the summertime, I'll be talking about it, dropping them, and yeah, I have a lot of stuff going on. Now that I'm talking to you about it, I'm like, bro, I have so much projects that I'm like, just not even thinking about. I'm like, dang, what the hell?
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I have a lot of things going on, and if you want to know what I'm doing or whatever, Instagram, Almighty SIGH. It's Almighty_S.I.G.H.
Oh yeah. I swear, when I want to message you, I have to do something like that. I'm like, okay, oh man, what is this? I put SIGH, or I put, I don't know how I do it, but I try to look for you, and I'm like, dang it, it's different. So I have to kind of, I think I just put, let me see, if I just put Braxton, I think I find it, because I was like, because I was gonna message you, and I was like, okay, yeah, so I just had to put, because one time I put Almighty SIGH, like Almighty, and it was under something different. Or I put SIGH, I can't remember. I think I put SIGH first, and I don't know how to explain it, but it's kind of hard to find you a little bit.
It's a little hard to find me, but if you find me and you message me, then you're connected, because I always answer. I always answer my Instagram messages. I always answer my Facebook messages. And anybody that is looking to do music or podcasts or anything, literally anything, I'll figure it out, and we can work. You know what I'm saying?
Do you reach out to people, or they reach out to you on your shows?
It just depends on who it is. There's people that reach out to me, and I'm totally for that. I like it when people reach out to me. And then on my Instagram, I usually reach out to people that are kind of hard to reach to. I've talked to crazy people. I've talked to people that I probably thought I would never talk to in my life. And like I said, it's a blessing too, because I'm like, well, I just texted them. I just said, "Hey, what's up?" And it was just like, "What's up?" And I'm like, "Bro, what? You're actually a human being and you're talking to me? That's crazy, man." So it just depends on, like, it just depends on if I've heard you or somebody has told me about you. Most of the time, if I hit you up, I want to do something with you. How I am too. Yeah. You know, shout out to I'm So Anxious. He's one of the guys that I always talk about, because when I first saw him, he was doing a show, and the sound guy was really, really shitty. Like, they were like, "Oh, we're coming up, we're doing this," and he performed, and they were not ready for the sound at all. Oh, wow. And it was very disappointing, but I'm glad that I was there, because I told my girl, she was like, "Man, he didn't sound good at all." I was like, "He didn't sound good today. But I can hear it. I hear it. I hear his sound. He has potential. I fucking love his sound." And I was like, "Dude, I have to do a show with you. Like, you're sick. Yeah. I can tell you're sick." And he's like, "Yeah, dude, let's do it." And then he's done a couple shows with me after, and he is a phenomenal artist. Like,
what's his name?
I'm So Anxious, and it's one word. I'm So Anxious. He actually moved, I believe. Oh. He actually moved probably 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, but he's a phenomenal artist, and like I said, like, don't be afraid to hit me up. Don't be afraid to hit anybody up. It's just a world. Yeah. This music game, it's just a world, man, and it's not that deep. Yeah. If you want to perform, somebody's going to give you a chance to.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, I don't even care. I had a girl like 2 years ago. I was like, "I'm doing a show at House Bar. It's not the place you want to do it, but it's a house bar." She's like, I do Christian music. I'm like, "I don't care. I don't care. Let's do it." I was like, "I don't care at all." I was like, "Who gives a shit? We're all drunk and gonna party anyway."
Oh wow!
So
did she do it after all?
She did.
What kind of music, like gospel?
Yeah, it was like gospel.
Or was it kind of like, you know, kind of?
No, it was gospel. Like, she was singing
at a bar.
Yeah, a bar. And that, you know, I don't care. I don't. Yeah. That's what I kind of strive for. I want it weird. I want you to be weird as fuck. I want you to be weird. I want you to be different. I want you to your own sound. Like, it's just intriguing to me. Like, music is just like my food, man. Like, if you sound like nothing I've ever heard before, I'm probably gonna like you. Nice. And I kind of strive for that, especially for Moshcast Productions and all the things that I've put my little fingers in with, like, Riot Control. Shout out to Riot Control. That's 806 Chino's little brand. Okay. He's pretty much the same way. I had a little brand that I don't even know. Grim, hit me up. Undeniable Misfortune was his little brand that kind of started this whole thing up, and you know, that's what my stance is. Yeah. If you wanna do something, we got you, bro. We got you.
Braxton's got you.
I got you.
All right, let's wrap things up, man. Right?
Yes, sir.
So, Braxton, the almighty SIGH, who do you want to shout out to?
Shout out to all my fans, man. I know this is gonna be a little bit sad, but you know, I had a friend a few days ago pass away. Mm-hmm. His name was Jay Dela Cruz. Mm-hmm. I will say he was probably one of my fans, you know, just one of the fans of anybody. You know, he was always at people's shows, and he unfortunately passed away a few days ago, and it's very sad, especially for our friends and stuff. But you know, I want to thank all my fans that just go out and show themselves and just be like, hey, dude, like I heard you had a show. So I want to thank all my fans. I want to thank you for doing this for me. You know, it's a pleasure always to come over here and talk. I want to shout out Riot Control, Moshcast Productions. That's on YouTube. That is my podcast, music, all that stuff. If you want to find me, find it on there. Moshcast Productions. And then if you want to know what I do, I usually post on Instagram. Mm-hmm. So my Instagram is almighty _ S.I.G.H. And you can find all my stuff there. And that's about it, man.
Okay. Guys, if he's ever performing, please go, because it's really good.
Thank you.
It is really good. Believe me. It is good. I have seen people that come on here, they're always good. That's why I recommend y'all. That's why I always recommend, hey, come on my show. I like your stuff.
Exactly.
All right, guys. Be careful, okay? Take it easy.
Love y'all.
We'll see you next time.
Peace.
Peace out. Almighty SIGH. See you next time.
The way you're moving me, I've been thinking about you day and night.